we have had some very nice moves here. Basically, we called the top down here, and then we called this bottom here, and I said that we would see a move from that. So we see that we have some resistance here, basically 3 days now, not happening that much. And the reason for that is basically if we look left on the chart, we can see that we have this support becomes resistance. We have this resistance here, we have support here and support here. So always look left when you look at a chart to find logical areas where price might stop and consolidate for some time before it continue in the direction of the predicted move. Like we talked about, the reason for the bottom here is the Fibonacci and also the trend line break and higher high. So I'm still very bullish on EURUSD here. I want to take buy signals on a lower time frame, and as long as we stay above the 50% here, so basically this is a Fibonacci inside this bigger Fibonacci, and this is basically a way of finding good entries when you have a big picture view. So taking buy signals close to the 50% after the bounce of the bigger picture Fibonacci is a good and logical area to go long. And we can see that price has basically stalled here for a few days now, so I wouldn't be surprised if early next week we see a breakout here to the upside. Knowing that everything can happen in the forex market though, you can't go all in. You need to protect yourself and be aware that it's possible that this prediction here is wrong, and we might see a breakdown. We might see a double bottom here. So basically same thing we saw up here with the double top, we might see a double bottom here, and from that we might reverse again, and that can give you a new opportunity to enter down here. We might also see, as I said, we can't know for sure what's going to happen. We might see a breakdown, and then we can see a retest of this low, so support becomes resistance, and then break down again. So this is kind of a thing that I have developed over time, and I think it's very important for staying objective in the market and keeping an open mind for what can happen, is that you need to look at the market and basically say that, well, this can happen and this can happen and this can happen. By doing that, you will have more easy to adjust to positions. So one of the big reasons I was struggling first years of trading was that I didn't like to be wrong. It frustrated me so much when I done my analysis and I thought I found a perfect trade, then just the complete opposite happened. And that's because I wasn't open-minded. I didn't understand that anything can happen at any time. So you need to do analysis. You need to find low risk trades with big reward, as I show you here. Basically the reason for the sell signal at the double top was because we had the technical analysis and the risk reward was much better for a sell trade. Same thing down here, we had done our technical analysis and the risk reward was much better for taking a buy signal, and that turned out very good as well. Now, as I said here, taking buy signals right at this resistance is not the most optimal area. Basically, we're in the middle of this, and actually also if you draw fib here, you'll see that this is right at a negative Fibonacci. So that's also a way of being open-minded. So now that you see that we basically stalled here for a few days, as I said previously, we had this big picture view of still bullish and drawing a Fibonacci. Inside this Fibonacci, we see that we're now close to the 50%, and this is a good area to go long now again. Place your stop losses below the 38.2 or the 50% depending on how aggressive you are, and you can see that if we just look at the risk reward, if your entry is here now, you can wait for a trend pulse pro signal on a lower time frame and basically enter on that, and then you use the higher time frame to get a good risk reward and a very good trade. So if you're aggressive here and place your stop loss below the 50% and take the bigger take profit target using a lower time frame for entry. I know I talk about this a lot. You want to use high time frames for trend and levels and a lower time frame for taking low risk entries, and then you use high time frame again to find your take profit. So if we look at this, I mean a risk reward trade of 11, so this is huge, guys. So keep an open mind, but my view here is that next week we will see a breakout of this top here and a move up to the 127.2, and if this turns really bullish to the 161.8. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.